All right. We got a battle today. I don't know what my hair is doing. It looks crazy right now. Anyway. I don't know what I look like to anybody at any point anymore, to be honest. We got a battle coming up shortly. Technically, it was supposed to happen a few minutes ago. My opponent said they were running late, so I'm just trying to take my time, be chilly, not stress. I don't know. Mons, I've sort of reached a point where, like, no competition code was found. Huh? 2DD V5H. That's what they sent me. Okay. I've sort of reached a point where, like, being a tryhard is stressful. Like, do I know in my heart of hearts that if I, like, prepped hard and wanted to, that I could be, like, one of the top players? 100%. Would I ever beat Addy? That's a great question. Probably not. But, like, one of the top, certainly. But I'm just at a point where, like, it's so much more fun for me to go in with, like, 3/4 prep and just see what happens. You know, like, still need to figure out how to make plays against my opponent because I'm not perfectly prepared for every possibility, but I'm at least mostly prepared to the point where it's, like, not that I'm just going to get blown out and lose. And I've actually had more fun with that than I had when I was prepping, like, you know, 6 hours and per match and, like, you know, doing, like, 8+ mocks and trying to really, like, nail down how to truly solve the puzzle of my opponent's team. I don't know. Maybe that's anti-competitive of me. Maybe I'm just old. But I really think that's the fun thing about Pokemon for me is treating it like a puzzle. That you get into the battle and you're like, I guarantee I prepped answers. Can I now figure out what the answers are to my opponent's team, as opposed to coming into the battle like, this is my answer, you know, like, here's how I'm gonna run it. And it's been it's been an interesting journey. Yeah, I mean, being a tryhard, like, I don't know, I feel like you have to prioritize and pick your poisons and stuff. Like, I've recently gotten a lot of opportunities to play Ultimate at a high level, and I'm very grateful for them. Like, I think it's super cool to get these chances and get these opportunities to play. Like, Ultimate, like, tennis right now is going on at the US Open. Ultimate has our own US Open, and I got to play in the US Open a couple months ago, which was crazy. Like, that's insane that I got that opportunity for the first time in my entire life. And I'll be going to the Pan American Games in December to play. And, like, these are ridiculous opportunities for me. But I just don't have the energy to work out 6 days a week, you know, and, like, really be the pinnacle of fitness. Like, I'm going to do a workout tonight, you know, I'm going to have fun with it. But, like, Ultimate to me is only fun if I'm having fun, and it's not fun if I'm just, like, grinding and nothing else. Like, that's just a mentality I don't have. I don't have it with work. I don't have it with Ultimate. I had it for Pokemon for a little while, like, during COVID. And we saw that, like, I saw the results, I guess. Y'all probably weren't paying nearly as much attention as I was to my own results, but, like, you know, there was a string of leagues where I went, like, 25-1, you know, and like, I remember vividly that one. I will not lie. Like, that one I lost to Sven in the finals of PBAL, and I had prepped a Talonflame that was specifically designed to not counter Heatran fully, but, like, answer it. I had Taunt so he couldn't set up rocks, and I didn't click Taunt. I clicked U-turn. I had my Talonflame in. They switched in the Heatran because that was, you know, I knew that was coming. I have Taunt right there, and I didn't click it. And then they got rocks up, and those rocks ended up being decisive. And, like, that hurts me to this day. That happened in, like, 2020, you know? Whereas I don't remember the last league that I played in. Before PrepStars, I was playing in... Was it LET? I don't even remember. Like, I don't remember. And I'm so much happier going into these matches. Like, so much happier going into these matches with, like, that mentality rather than the like, I don't know, like that. I was in tryhard mode, and so the loss hurt, like, physically hurt. Like, I had to go, like, lie down and just, like, mope after I lost one game in which I was... I mean, part of it was also that I was 12-0 going into the finals. It was my first chance to ever go undefeated in an entire league. And I lost, which, like, that hurt in its own way. And I feel like even now, even if I'm not trying that hard, would still hurt. But, like, I was consistently starting out leagues, like, 4-0, 6-0, you know, like... I was... And I was playing more than I ever have since then. And I don't know, like, to me, that's not fun. It's like a mode I can unlock and I can get there, and I know I have the capability to do it. But it's not fun. But this is fun. I'm having fun now, like, nowadays. I've put myself in a position where, like, you know, this is the level of commitment that I want. Quincy, sorry for that rant. That rant had nothing to do with this league at all, to be honest. It was, like, completely unrelated. Anyway, we're going to jump right into this because that's how Pokemon works. All right, let me pull up my calc up because I didn't have it up, and let me pull my doc up with their team. PrepStars. Okay. Blaziken, Hisuian Samurott, Galvantula Superior, Conkeldurr, and Registeel. So correctly evaluating that I don't have a fighting resistance. How'd they figure that out? Who told them? Who told them? No Galarian Slowking. Yes, Galvantula. All right. So I have a couple choices. I can lead with the Sneasler, the Scizor. Those are really it. I mean, I could lead with the Ursaluna, but that feels a little sketchy. Sneasler's the only thing that can potentially... Well, we'll lead Scizor here. I think Scizor's a pretty safe lead overall. If they lead with the Blaziken, then I just go into, I don't know, Vaporeon. If it Swords Dances, I just kind of deal with that. I would be very impressed if they led Blaziken hard here. Most players don't do that. But it's good against my roster, so certainly could. If Galvantula leads, Dual Wing Beat doesn't kill. I'm not banded, so it's fine. Like, I can still click it. So really, people want these webs up against me. I just knock off here. I don't have defog. So webs are there to stay, which, like, is what it is, I guess. Sneasler gets slowed down a little bit. Yeah. I think I just knock off here. Knockoff does a ton. 62.2 plus 28.8 is 100. So that is knockoff into Bullet Punch if they have no bulk is a guaranteed KO. So we're just going to knock off here. They go straight for a Thunder. No webs. Which does under half. And that does a lot. Knock off the Sash. Okay. So... now with that, it looks like they do have a little bit of bulk, and I kind of low rolled, which is a little sad. So they could get webs up here. I can't bullet punch and guarantee a KO, so I think I'm just going to U-turn out. If they go for another Thunder, so be it. I still at least kill it. They'll switch. They're switching. They're not going for webs here. Really expecting a bullet punch, clearly, as I get a U-turn out on the Registeel. Let's see, are you Rocky Helmet? No, not Rocky Helmet, Registeel. Okay, Registeel is in. Probably wants to set rocks up. Blood Moon Ursaluna can absolutely come in and click Calm Mind. If they have Body Press, I have Choppel, so I'm not dying immediately to that, but I don't know if I want to burn my Choppel on that. Oricorio really can't answer a Registeel directly right away because it could have a rock move. So I do think it is Ursaluna. I mean, Sneasler could also come in. Close Combat's killing, I guess, potentially. Their leftovers. Oh yeah, Close Combat was actually the right play there because they don't really have an answer to that. But that's okay. I can just Calm Mind here. If they Iron Defense, so be it. If they just straight Body Press, so be it. Take like 16%. And a Calm Mind will be nice for the long term of this game. I know this thing was designed because I can live a +2 close combat from a Blaziken with the Choppel Berry, so like maybe I should preserve that, but I don't know. I'm just trying to answer what's in front of me right now. Yeah, I mean, I think the prepping with like people has been a really cool, like stream prepping with people has been just like a really cool way of doing this that I'm really enjoying, and think definitely like makes me have more fun, you know, with this community and getting involved in Pokemon. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy enjoying myself. Let's see what they go for here. If it's Iron Defense, I'm actually like stoked because I still have my Choppel then. Ice Spinner. Okay. What? What? Excuse me? Do I deign that with a response? Like what? Do I go to +2 here? No, because Earth Power, 2 Earth Powers kills. They don't have an answer to it, and I don't want to let something get in for free and force me out anyway. So we'll just go for a Earth Power here. If it's Superior that comes in, no, it's Galvantula that comes in. That's dead. That's definitely dead to an Earth Power here. So Ursaluna kills Galvantula with Earth Power. Okay. Yeah, definitely no reason. See, that's the thing. It's like I would have taken a bunch of damage and no reason to go for another Calm Mind there. So Superior could come in here. That feels a little awkward because Blood Moon just kills and Leaf Storm does not because I'm at +1 Spadef. Leaf Storm does a lot. Don't get me wrong. It might kill. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Leaf Storm might kill. But I feel like Kinkeldurr or Blaziken is more likely because of the fact that they can threaten with offensive moves, and I can just Blood Moon either one because I have my Choppel still, because they went for Ice Spinner instead of Body Press. Rillaboom and Indeedee both didn't show up, so that's crazy. No terrain in this matchup that definitely could have had terrain. I pump Cinder. That's gotta be Kinkeldurr. I'm just gonna Blood Moon here. If they're AV or something, then like so be it. But and even if they're running speed and outspeed me, also so be it. You know, they can't kill me with a Drain Punch. Yeah, we just Blood Moon here. So they do live. They go for the Drain Punch. We get our Choppel off. We saw we outspeed too, which is actually pretty huge. Because I think they're still in range of Vacuum Wave. Let's see. Do they have a Flame Orb? No Flame Orb. I mean, so the Blood Moon didn't do... Okay, hold on. I think they're AV. Maybe they're not in range of Vacuum Wave. So maybe I just eat the Mach Punch here and let that happen and just go for an Earth Power. Because I outspeed, so there's really no downside. Like, if they go for another... They can't go for another Drain Punch. They might not be in range of Vacuum Wave, so Earth Power is definitely the better play. I don't die to a Mach Punch. Yeah, they don't even go for a Mach Punch here. Okay. I think they're AV. Just because they lived the hit in the first place. So Ursaluna kills Conkeldurr with Earth Power. Serperior's going to come in here. Yeah, that's... Yeah. So now do I preserve this? I mean, I have Scizor. It's probably going to eat a Glare. I kind of feel like I preserved, but... yeah. Do I need to? They didn't get webs up, which is pretty clutch. I have 2 quad resists and 2 more resists for Leaf Storm. This answers like nothing left, right? This doesn't answer anything else. And I can catch them on an overpredict here or something like that. So we're just going to Blood Moon. I expect a Leaf Storm. They could miss too. They don't. Okay, so I'm dead. Yeah. We saw that coming. Serperior kills Ursaluna with Leaf Storm. Scizor forces this out, goes for a U-turn. That's free. I don't think Serperior without Terra has any option to like actually handle an AV Scizor, even at +2. +2 Leaf Storm's doing 20% max. So I think they're going to be forced out here. Like Dragon Pulse doesn't do anything. Yeah, they're going to switch out. That's fine. And that's going to be Registeel. And I don't know how physically defensive they are. Probably decently. I mean, I can check, I guess. But it's going to be... U-turn's just never going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, they're... So... At this point, I can go Oricorio, and I can click Quiver Dance. But they showed Ice Spinner, which means they are more doing damage-y. So maybe I just go Sneasler and click Close Combat. If I die to this thing, then I die to this thing. I mean, I still have answers to everything but Blaziken, basically. Little Leftovers recovery. We're just going to Close Combat. We are Choice Band. I could trick the Choice Band onto this thing, but I feel like Banding Close Combat just goes pretty hard right now. Like, they just don't have a switch into this. That's just dead. That's just dead. So Sneasler kills Registeel with Close Combat. Blaziken could come in and protect. Scarf Hisuian Samurott could come in here. If Hisuian Samurott comes in, it's Scarf. If Blaziken comes in, it's protecting. Like, that's kind of what I want to predict. Scarfed Hisuian Samurott could run like Aerial Ace. And that would kill me. So would like a Razor Shell. Or an Aqua Cutter. Now that I'm at -1. Blaziken comes in. So if Blaziken protects... Because the issue that I face with Blaziken is if it clicks Swords Dance at any point, right? Like, that's my biggest fear. And I can't let it do that for free. We saw their Focus Sash, so we know this can't be sashed. If they do protect, then they don't get a Swords Dance off. They can kill my Sneasler at some point. And then Vaporeon can come in. I could go hard Vaporeon, but I really just think I stay in. I really just think I stay in. The worst they do is protect and put me in the exact same situation that I'm in right now, and they still can't click Swords Dance. So then I can switch out afterwards and go Vaporeon. And then they don't kill with 2 close combats. They don't protect. They don't see, that's why you can't switch out there. Sneasler kills Blaziken with close combat. Now I'm at -2. If Serperior comes in... No, it's Samurott. Okay. I don't know if this is Scarfed or not. I don't think it's worth staying in because if I'm at neutral, I can live anything, right? Yeah, I can live an Aerial Ace from a Sharpness Scarfed Samurott if I'm at neutral. So it feels like we just go Vaporeon and click Flip Turn. And that just gets this thing out and safely back in at neutral defense, and then it should answer the rest of their team. Sneasler? Banded Sneasler. I mean, it's 130 base attack. Hits like a truck, dude. If they're not Scarfed and I'm playing around a Scarf that they don't have, then, you know, so be it. Like, Aqua Jet's never killing me. Sucker Punch is never killing me. But Serperior, well, no. I mean, I probably just have this anyway because Scizor answers both these mons pretty effectively. But we're going to go out into the Vaporeon here. We're going to see the Aqua Cutter. It's going to do nothing. I'm just going to Flip Turn here. If they show me a different move, then I can go back into Sneasler. If they switch out, then I can go into Scizor. Blaziken instead. Yeah, Flip Turn's totally free. Scizor can come in here. It underspeeds, importantly. And we can U-turn. They could stay in. For sure. I don't think U-turn actually kills, because I'm not banded Scizor. I'm obviously banded Sneasler, as they probably have figured out. So they fire off a knockoff, which is... I mean, that's most damage they could do, but we're going to U-turn. That's just going to die. Okay, it does kill. Actually, a little surprised that killed. Which is weird. My calc said it didn't, but I don't know how bulky that thinks that Serperior was in my calc. Oh, no, it does 90 to 107 to no bulk Superior. Okay. So now they have only Samurott H. I have everything. Aqua Cutter can never kill a Sneasler from full. But they can't lock into it, because then Vaporeon answers it. I could just... So the answer, like, the thing is, I'm supposed to probably go Vaporeon and just click Chilling Water like 1,000,000 times. But... I mean, I have so many... If this dies, if an Aqua Cutter comes in and crits and kills me, then I can go Vaporeon. And then I just Scald forever. But we're just going to close combat here. We'll see if they're Scarfed. I assume they're Scarfed. Yeah, there's the Aqua Cutter, but they are Scarfed into Aqua Cutter. They actually do get the crit, which lowers my differential by 1. Kills Sneasler with Aqua Cutter. So we do see the crit come out. It's a little tragic. Is Hydreigon able to win this 1v1 with this locked in? Like, probably. If I D-Dance so that I outspeed on all future turns. Like, I just don't want to go Vaporeon. That just feels lame. It's correct, but it feels lame, you know? Like, I want to do the fun things. I want to show off some of the sets that are the fun sets. So we're going to go into Hydreigon here. We're going to click D-Dance. And then we're going to EQ a couple times. And that should definitely get the kills. Alright, Aqua Cutter comes out. Yeah, it does nothing. Like, I brought Dragon Anti-Dragon, you know, like... There's Earthquake here. That's 2 KO cleanly. Little Life Orb chip. Aqua Cutter. Never kills here. I mean, I knew that crit was a possibility, obviously. So here's the thing. I was pretty sure they were scarfed. The reason I didn't want to go into Vaporeon is because I didn't want them to start setting up bulk ups, but I actually don't think bulk ups were a problem because I can just spam Chilling Water. They get to +6 defense, but they would just never get any attack, and then eventually I can Scald. Or I can just Scald it until I want to, like, start chilling. Like here's the thing. Vaporeon hard answered pretty much any Hisuian Samurott that they had. Like, if they go for a bulk up or a Swords Dance, and I go for a Scald, and I don't get the burn, then that's scary, I guess. But then they have to, like, knock off or ceaseless it. Like, I don't know. Vaporeon hard answered it, but I was like, if they're not scarfed, then I win with Sneasler. If they don't get the crit, then I win with Sneasler. And if they do show that they are scarfed and get the crit, then I win with other things. So I might as well go Sneasler and try those. I meant Swords Dance, not bulk up, but I was like, yeah, if they start setting up with like Swords Dance, I can't outpace it with Chilling Water, you know, like I'm not gonna whatever. I think the Sneasler play was valid. Looking at sharpness boosted Aqua Cutter from Adamant, let's even say Adamant Samurott does 73 to 93 or 79 to 93%. So 0% chance to KO without a crit. Close Combat does 220 to 259% for reference. So yeah, I felt like Sneasler was a very defensible play there because no matter what set they are, either they get locked into Aqua Cutter or Aerial Ace, and then I can just proceed to win from there. Or I outspeed them, and then I win from there. So, and even if they clicked Aqua Cutter, there was a chance that I still win with Sneasler if it doesn't get crit. Which is tragic for my differential. Obviously, that's what we're all feeling sad now because my differential is one lower at the end of the season than it could have been otherwise. That's obviously how we all are reacting to this, right? Right? We're all in agreement that the saddest thing that's happened this season and to anybody in 2025 is that I got crit there and didn't get the +1 differential. Right? But no, we pick up a 4-0. I'm okay with that result. 5-0 would have been nice, but I played the safe option. Or I played the guaranteed option. And then of course, once I knew they were locked into Aqua Cutter, like technically the like true guaranteed option is just going Vaporeon and being like, Scald, 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 Wish, Scald. Even though I don't need to wish, just do it for no reason. Like technically that's the way to guarantee the 4-0, but I think the Hydreigon play was defensible as well. Because even in a situation where they like double crit and I die after like one attack, because even two, like I Dragon Dance, they crit, I Dragon Dance, I attack with an Earthquake, get them down to like 60%, they crit again and I die. I still have Vaporeon, and I would probably go Scizor if we're being totally honest and try to click Bullet Punch and see if that kills. I'm not gonna lie, I would just keep trying to avoid the Vaporeon play for as long as possible in that endgame. No, actually, that's not true. If they got 2 straight crits and killed Hydreigon, I feel like if they got 3 straight crits killing the Sneasler and the Hydreigon, I probably would have been like, no, now you deserve for me to go Vaporeon. But I mean, we saw how little the Aqua Cutter was doing to the Hydreigon, right? Like, I don't even think 2 crits kills, if we're being totally honest. Like, I think 2 crits plus Life Orb, I might still live. According to the calc, if it's Adamant, Sharpness, critical hit, it does 40 to 48%. Life Orb does 10%. So 48 plus 48 is 96. So then I would die to 1 Life Orb turn. But 40 plus 40 is 80, and then I live a Life Orb. So it's even 2 crits plus Life Orb damage is still a roll on the Hydreigon, and they would have needed 2 high roll crits to even still be at like 30%. And notably, non-crit Aqua Cutter is also a roll on Scizor. So another option that I would have had is going Vaporeon, being the real asshole, clicking Wish, clicking Flip Turn, and then going into Scizor so that Scizor gets the Wish because Vaporeon is slower, and going back to full, and then going for a U-turn to try to feed kills. Like if I was trying to feed kills to Scizor, that's the play that I would have made. There are certain players I know who definitely would have tried to feed the kill to the right Mon. And if I wanted to feed it to Scizor, there was always that option. The other option always being just spam Scald until I get the burn and then going into Oricorio. Chilling Water a bunch of times and Scald for the burn so it can't do anything, going into Oricorio. That's the real play. I think that's what I should have done. I think that's the play that I was supposed to do in that situation. Damn. Really missed an opportunity there to get a kill with Oricorio. How much? How much? And then it's obviously there's always still a chance for a crit, which is why the burn is very important as well. Burned Aqua Cutter without a crit, burned Aqua Cutter alone does not OHKO an Oricorio. At -6 and burned, Aqua Cutter without a crit is doing 18% to Oricorio. Critting, though, gets rid of all those negative boosts and goes not straight through the burn, but still actually just OHKOs. So I would just have to dodge a million Aqua Cutter crits, which probably not a reliable play. Although they would have gone through a bunch of Aqua Cutters as well. It doesn't have infinite PP. I don't actually know how much it has. So I could have gone into Vaporeon, clicked Chilling Water a bunch of times, clicked Scald to get the burn, and then... No, I couldn't even click Scald to get the burn. Just Chilling Water a bunch of times, and then Wish until they run out of Aqua Cutters, get them to lock into Struggle, then go into Oricorio. That's the real play. I think that's the friendly play. I think they would have been happier if I had done that. That's the friendly play. So Sneasler, 2 kills and died. No, yeah, 2 kills and died. Scizor, 1 kill, did not die. Ursaluna, 2 kills and died. Hydreigon, 1 kill, did not die. Oricorio did not show up. And I had a 6th Mon, didn't I? I know I had a 6th Mon. I'm pretty sure I brought a 6th Mon. What the heck was my last Mon? It's just gone from my head entirely. Oh, Vaporeon. Duh. Wait, who killed Serperior? Got a kill. Man, people really out here hating the friendly play. All right. Well, week 4 is going to come up next week. Next weekend, I'm busy, so I'm going to have to do this battle a little earlier. I'm facing Mike, or I'll have to ask for an extension. I'm Friday midday through Sunday evening. I'm not available, basically. So might have to do that battle on like Thursday at the latest. At which point we probably want to do prep like Tuesday, if people are around. I mean, Tuesday's been working. Like Tuesday, Wednesday time has been working for prep. So I'll see who's around on that time frame, and then Quincy, if you ever want to join for prep streams, feel free to let me know, and I'll happily have you on. We're just vibing. I know I play you week 5, so not week 5, unless you want to be on for week 5, then we can make something happen. Brendan, welcome to the stream. I was literally just about to end. Just won my battle. So it's a good day. I did get crit. Boo. But, you know, still won. The crit was a difference between a 5-0 win and a 4-0 win, so. Yo, swap teams. Quincy, what if we just swapped records real quick? How's that? How about I just take your season and you just take my season? I'm actually not that... I mean, I don't know if Quincy won this week or not. Quincy was 2-0 going into this week. I don't know if Quincy won today or this week. Life's going well. Can't complain. It's a beautiful day, and I'm going out to do a workout later tonight with a friend. Just gonna go run around for a bit, which will be nice. Well, life's been great except for the fact that like my car's in the shop, and that's miserable. Because I brought it in. Okay, so I brought it in on last Tuesday, like past Tuesday, and they were like, "There's a recall on a part on like a coolant cap." So we'll do that. And I said, great, just so you know, the check engine light is on. So if you can take a look at that and run a diagnostic, that'd be super helpful so I know why that's on. And they were like, okay, we do charge for diagnostics. Here's our price. And I was like, that's fine. So I leave. I get a call from them on Wednesday or on Tuesday afternoon being like, hey, so we saw some corrosion in the wiring around in the piping around the pump cap leak recall thing, so we're going to replace that, but we need those parts to come in, so it won't be ready until like Wednesday night or Thursday. And I was like, that's fine, I don't need my car on Wednesday. So then I was like, I get a call from them on Wednesday being like, hey, so we fixed the pipes, but we noticed some fraying in the wiring around the pipes, and we're not sure if that's related to the leak or if that's like rodent damage or something else, which wouldn't be covered, and then you would be charged, because I'm not being charged for anything that's related to the recall. And so they were like, we're going to do another look at it because you had authorized the diagnostic, so we're going to do a full diagnostic. And I was like, okay. And then on Friday, they were like, we need to get the parts ordered for the wiring. We also noticed that when we tried to start the car, there was a spark plug that was like not getting any charge, which is weird because when I was running the car up until this point, it was running. So I don't know what spark plug is unrequired that is not receiving charge for the car, because I've replaced spark plugs before. I feel like those are kind of important to have working, and when they're not working, you know. So I don't know what this like one spark thing plug, they called it a spark plug, but it was, I don't know what it was, but they were like, this thing wasn't working, so we replaced it, but it's still not receiving charge, so we need to figure out why that's the case. So it'll be in over the weekend. Earliest we'll have it back for you is Tuesday. I was like, Okay, so now it's been a week. I haven't had a car. I didn't know to ask them for a rental because I didn't know it was going to take a week. It's probably a good thing I went in because if the coolant is leaking, then my engine is going to overheat at some point. So it's probably a good thing that I went in and checked. Everything was running totally fine. There just was a recall out for the car, so I figured I'd go get that handled, and it was free because it's, you know, a manufacturing defect. So anyway, that's been happening. So far, I'm not being charged for it. You know, my car's been in the shop for a week. They're doing a full diagnostic run of my entire engine, and I'm not being charged. So it's like, I can't say anything's going poorly in life. You know, it's like, that's fine. It's just annoying to not have a car. Like, my friend was like, hey, you want to go do a workout? And I was like, I can't really go anywhere. And they were like, I'll come pick you up. So, like, again, nothing's wrong. It's just a little bit annoying. But, like, again, nothing is, like, seriously problematic. Your tires were corroding up on your old car. That's crazy. I did blow a tire recently, which was annoying. That was expensive. But that was its own whole story. That was like 2 weeks ago. That actually is what sparked this whole thing, because I blew a tire. It was on a nail. Like, it was not like anything wrong with the tire. Got it replaced, and then saw that I was like over mileage for my oil change. So I was like, oh, I'll just go get my oil changed because I'm like a couple 100 miles over. And then at the oil change, they were like, you know, there's a recall out for your car, right? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm planning on getting that handled soon. And the guy was like, I also drive this same model of car, and I didn't get it handled. And then my engine overheated, and then I had to deal with that, and it was way worse. And I was like, oh, I should probably go get that dealt with. So somehow the blowing of a tire actually ended up being the thing that sparked me going and getting this whole thing done, which it sounds like I did at the last possible moment before anything went horribly wrong. So that's good. The car is probably not totaled. It can't be totaled because everything's free so far. So it can't be over the value of the car because they're not charging me for it. But still, I don't have a car right now. Life goes on, you know. It's not like the end of the world. I work remotely. It's a long weekend. Like, it's not a huge deal right this second, you know. But it is, like, marginally frustrating to not have a car. But we'll see. Hopefully it's back on Tuesday. The place is like a half an hour walk from where I live. It's like a mile and a half down the road. So, like, it's also not a bad walk to go to the car place. So I don't even need, like, to get a rental or anything to, like, or like an Uber to, like, go to the car place, which is actually also kind of nice. So again, like, my life's in a weird place where, like, nothing is wrong, you know, like, there's no problems. I'm not having a bad time. It's just, like, these little frustrations that are like, man, you know, could be better. Life is fine, but, like, it could be a little better. But anyway, I am going to duck out at this point. I'm just rambling about life things that have nothing to do with Pokemon or anything. I will be back probably on, like, Tuesday with another prep stream for week 4. But we're 2-1 in this league. We're having a good time. I like this team. Godbear, you drafted one that I think I can get behind. As we saw from, like, today, I literally just click the funny button with the breakers, and that's, like, my entire strategy. So I'm like, hey, Scizor can break, Ursaluna can break, Sneasler can break, Hydreigon. Like, I literally only brought in breakers, except for one time I clicked flip turn with a Vaporeon. Like, that was my whole strategy, was just like, something at some point is going to have to give on your team. But also, Sneasler did just kill a Registeel from basically full with close combat, which is a really satisfying button to have clicked. Anyway, this league is going up on YouTube. I have just been uploading the streams directly, so I guess I'm just going to upload this whole rant to YouTube. So, hi, YouTube. Sorry about that. I'm sure most of you clicked off this video if you were watching it for the battle. But if you didn't, thank you for watching to the end. Thank you for all of you watching in the stream till the end. I will be back again with more battles, obviously, and I hope you are all enjoying this league, because this is a new take for me on doing, like, these live prep like streams, as well as with, like, guests, as well as doing these battles on, like, medium prep. Like, it's not, I said at the beginning, but, like, I'm not prepping. I don't want anyone to think, like, oh, I'm just, like, you know, like, winging it in these battles. Like, I am spending over an hour prepping each week. Like, it's not no prep, but I used to do way more prep, and so this is, like, medium prep for me. It's not like a 5-minute prep, but it's also not like my full like normal sequence, and I'm enjoying that. I think that's a cool new thing that I'm doing. So anyway, thank you all for watching and enjoying and coming on these journeys with me throughout every Pokemon Battle League I've ever done, and I will see you all back here for week 4. Take care, everybody. Here's my thing. How do I leave? All right, bye.